Nigerian churches. Where did all the good churches go?
These are the things. There are too many churches everywhere. The water is empty. The water is empty. Redeemed Christians just stand on one day. They stood up one day and said, we want to have church on every corner. You have church on every corner. Redeemed said, every corner. Winners Bible stood up and said, we want to have church every corner. Every corner is church. All right. Mélòó ni wàhálà àdúgbò wa gan yẹn, mélòó ni gbà àdúgbò wa tẹ wẹ́n ní church every corner. At the end of the day, what do you call it? Mountain of Fire stood up and said, we want to have church every corner. And it's still the same God that is telling all of them, have church in every corner. Have church in every corner.
You might want to ask yourself, why are there so many churches in Nigeria? There are a few reasons why there are so many churches in Nigeria. And because there are this many churches in Nigeria, the churches doesn't really have that much business to do necessarily other than trying to make money. The economy is not very good. There's currently economic recession in Nigeria as of 2024. And people have to find ways to make money. And one way to make money is by starting a church. One way to make money is by opening your own chapel or your own church. A recent Pew research found that 88% of Nigerians consider religion as very, very important. Now, that's pretty high globally. And that's along countries like, that's along with countries like Ethiopia and Uganda, where it's higher than Nigeria. For a country like Nigeria, where religion is very, very important, guess what? You're going to have different churches. You're going to have not just churches, but other kind of religions. Among these churches, there are a lot of disunities. The apostolic does not like the Catholic does not like the charismatic movement, the charismatic movement does not like the Baptist, and the Baptist does not like the Pentecostal in some cases. So you have this disunity among churches. So if I am a church member, say the apostolic, and I don't like my pastor, I'll go from my own church and I leave the apostolic. So this is very, very common in Nigeria, and it's actually almost at a epidemic level. So there are churches sprouting every day, and there are churches just starting like all the time. Because why? There's disunity among all the churches. Another thing you see about a black man, especially in Nigeria, is that they like power, the ego. They want to be their own thing. They want to form their own church. So you see someone who has like a one-bedroom face me, I face you apartment, and then he starts his own church in there. And you just have to be someone who's like authoritarian or controlling. And very quickly, if you are in Nigeria, you discover if you are religious, you may end up saying, well, I think I should start my own church. I don't think it's a bad idea. Why don't I just go ahead and start my own church? Unemployment is a big one. The last video I talked about Yahoo scams and online scams, and one of the reasons I mentioned is unemployment. I'm going to leave a card to that video here, and you see the unemployment at almost 50% means people have no work to do. Those that have jobs to do, people are taking money from them by means of tithes and offering. Nothing wrong with tithes and offering. I'm not against that. I'm just saying that there's so much unemployment and people have to find ways to make money. And one easy way is to start a church. Lack of regulation. The government has looked away. The government is not really paying attention. There's no ministry necessarily 100% focused on churches and trying to regulate churches. So churches in Nigeria, for the most part, unregulated. Pastors, in some cases, don't pay their taxes, and there's nobody really monetizing or monitoring that in the country. Another one is lack of higher institutions or lack of universities. Now, Nigeria has 36 states. There are 36 federal universities and 36 state universities. That's 72. And then a lot of private universities. And guess what? Churches have started forming universities because they realize there's a gap in the academic system. So because there are not a lot of universities, you have many, many churches, mega churches, who just, once they become big to a particular size and they have enough money, they just form their own university for their own church members, and guess what? They cash in on that. So again, these are the reasons why there are so many churches in Nigeria. According to Wikipedia, there are 300,000 early Pentecostal apostolic churches in Nigeria, and there is another 380,000 late Pentecostal apostolic parishes. So, and that's not including other denominations. By the research and data just online, there are over 1 million churches in Nigeria.
Wow.
Now, look at a country with 220 million people, divide that by 1 million. That means there are 220 people for each church in Nigeria. Now, the most country with the highest churches per capita is the Vatican City in Rome, Italy. And that one, there are 1,700 churches for 1,000 people. So really, there are 17 churches per person compared to Nigeria's 220. Now, again, that's the Vatican. It's very small, but for a country with the size and population of Nigeria, having 220 churches to one person is quite high. compared to the rest of the world. There are over 2,000 Nigerian churches in the UK compared to other companies by Pakistanis and Indians. If you just look at the numbers, it's quite staggering. In the US also, there are over 3,000 churches, again, Nigerian churches, that are sprouting daily. And there's this mission to make sure there are churches everywhere. And again, there's the gospel about evangelism and preaching. But when you do that in a foreign country, you might be shocked that in all these big cities, especially in the West, there are Nigerian churches everywhere.
Don't forget this one is, do you know how many churches we have? Mélòó ni gbogbo wa gan? Mélòó ni gbogbo wa? Mélòó ni wa? How many of us? The river where we are, inside of the river that we are fishing, there is no more fish in the river. The river is empty. The river is empty. Nothing, no fish inside the river. It happens to us here in America recently. Recently in America, it happened to us that when they stopped the American lottery for Nigerians, we were not getting Nigerians to come into America again. So we couldn't get members. The pastors are saying, you are not getting members, you are not improving, come and give report, your money is reducing, no money. I say, Pastor, we can't get members. The water is dry. No more American lottery. Churches are too many. We have Redeem. There are two Redeems on the same building. Inside the same building, two Redeem. Redeem, come on, Sally, come on, okay. Mountain of fire, like me. Mountain of fire. Kerubu kolowa mi ton yidi me. Select kolowa mi ton yidi like baby ba ton say alagbara bi ara o. Ya juda o. Kini ude pa. Ya ju. So the people going to Mountain of fire here when they close, they go to the Kerubu here. So all of us don't have member, Pastor. We don't have member. They are coming here. They're going there. They're dividing their tithe into 4. They pay half of it to here, half of it to there, half of it to this place. That's all. Nothing in the water. Nothing inside water again. So the churches are too many. Why give us standard? There is nothing. And then in Nigeria, and when you see they don't come to church. They are listening to Crave No Dollar. They are listening to TDJs. They are listening to Kinikan Cake, Kinikan Dollar. They are just listening to everybody on their social media. They don't come to church again. They don't pay tithe. One low water have some tithe, sir. They just have no tithe, no money for tithe. Leave us alone, sir. We don't have any report today. Write report, no report, yo. You see, these are the things. These are the things. There are too many churches everywhere. The water is empty. The water is empty. Redeemed Christians just stand up one day. They stood up one day and said, we want to have church on every corner. You have church on every corner. Redeemed every corner. We now start to do we want to have church every corner. Every corner church. All right. Church every corner. At the end of the day, what do you call it? Mountain of fire stood up and said, we want to have church every corner. And it's still the same God that is telling all of them, have church in every corner. Have church in every corner. Have church in every corner. Every time they come in, God said we have church in every corner. We have church every corner, every corner. You may know what I'm going to go corner again. May know what I'm corner again. Sebeka kuni, Sebeka loso kula yewani. Kilo de kana. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem we're having right now. So in every corner we're having churches here and there. The water is empty. They cannot meet target. Even nowadays, people are not going to all of these kind of churches again. We are going to the Koza kind of church. We are going to the Koza kind of church. Everybody is now spicing up church and they're turning things. Even Muslims, they say, what the package? What package is on? What lose the member? What lose the members?
What exactly is the benefit of having this many churches in a country that is not doing well? And what is the role of pastors in influencing the country's political decision? Some of these pastors come out during election period and they start endorsing candidates and prophecies start coming out. But again, the common man is suffering. The common man does not have food to eat. The common man does not have food on the table. So as the church lost its way, as the church played an integral part in developing a country like Nigeria, or could it? And what is the role of the church moving forward? And this is kind of the question whereby as someone who's a Christian or who's going to church, you might want to ask yourself, why is Nigeria as poor as it is, given the amount of churches present in the country? Does the church follow the mission given by Jesus Christ? In a country that is so poor, even a lot of Nigerian churches are not contributing to the economy. They're not paying their taxes. A lot of churches are not helping to contribute. So if you look at like the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, where there's always this once a month services by most of the mega churches along that way, how much is the church helping to expand those roads? How much is the church helping to build bridges and flyover so that people are not getting killed while going to church? And this is something that is very, very common and rampant. But again, many churches, but everybody's looking away. It seems like, at least. If you agree or do not agree with me, let me know. And please don't forget to like this video on your way out. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bata bata, bata bata, bata box.